Grammar practice. The present simple, the past, the future, and the present continuous tense. 1. In this exercise, we have the chance to practice 4 very important tenses in English. They are the present simple, the past, the future, and the present continuous. Again, let me remind you when we use these tenses. The first tense, the present simple, we use it to talk about facts and habits. The past tense, talk about something in the past, an event, an incident happened in the past. We use the future tense to talk about something that will happen in the future. We use the present continuous to talk about something that is happening, an ongoing action happening right now. So let's look at question number 1. Again, we look for the time marker. The time marker for question number 1 is the word sometimes. We know that it is about Mike's habit. So, present simple tense, but look, it's a question. So we have to determine whether we have to use a be verb or a helping verb. Now look over here. The word have, it's an action verb. For all action verbs, we said it before, if we want to change the sentence into a question or a negative sentence, we need the help of helping verbs. So the helping verb that we can use in the present simple tense are do or does. But since the person over here, the subject in the sentence is Mike, it's a third person singular now, we have to choose does. So, does Mike sometimes have dinner at the Fridays? Let's look at question number 2. Again, we notice that it's a question, but what tense it is? 3 hours ago. This is a time marker. We know it happened 3 hours ago, so it's the past. It's in the past. The past tense, again, we look closely at the sentence. Can't find any action verbs. There's no action verbs. There are no action verb in the sentence. So we have to use a be verb to help the sentence. And the past tense be verb that goes with Mary and John is were. So we say, were Mary and John at home 3 hours ago? Number 3, when Kate finished her homework last night. Time marker, last night. Again, it's a question. And then let's look for the action verbs. Can we find one? Of course, the word finish. So we have to use a helping verb. Last night. The helping verb for the past tense is did. So when did Kate finish her homework last night? Question number 4. We'll find the time marker at the end of the sentence now, and it's a question. Something that is happening right now is the present continuous tense, be verb with verb ing. And then we can find the verb ing here, so which means we need a be verb. The be verb that goes with Peter and is also in the present continuous tense is. So is Peter playing at the beach with his family now? Number 5, where Joseph going to visit next summer? Alright, let's look at this sentence. It's a tricky one. It's a question, no doubt. Time marker, next summer. So it hasn't yet happened. It's in the future. So we have to use the future tense. Here, going to visit. Now remember, for the future tense, there are 2 ways that we can construct a future tense sentence. We can either use will with the base verb or be going to with the base verb. And this one, for this sentence, we have to use be going to. So where is Joseph going to visit? You can see that this is the future tense. Where is Joseph going to visit next summer? Question number 6. From 6 to 12, there are statements. They're not questions. So easier than questions. 6, number 1, well, question mark, now, a question. We're talking about a fact. So the be verb, no action verb, we have to use the be verb. The be verb that goes with you is are. So are you hungry now? It's 7 o'clock now, but you usually eat dinner at 5:30. So it's also usually about habit. So it's about that person's personal habit. He usually or she usually has dinner at 5:30. So we have to use present simple tense, and we can use either eat or we can use a better word, have. You usually have dinner at 5:30. Let's look at question number 7. Mike, his uncle and aunt in America next week. Time marker, next week. It's about the future. People, his uncle and aunt, we don't have to worry about that. The subject of the sentence is Mike. And for the future tense, we can choose either will or be going to. Now I'm going to use will for this one. So Mike will visit his uncle and aunt in America next week, or you can also say Mike is going to visit if he has a plan. Okay, so there are two possible answers. You can either say Mike will visit his uncle and aunt in America next week, or you can also say Mike is going to visit his uncle and aunt in America next week. The only difference between these two sentences is that when we use be going to, it means that the person that we are speaking about has a plan for doing something. Alright, question number 8. Peter and John sometimes dinner at the Fridays on Saturdays. Now look at the time marker. On Saturdays, it means every Saturday and also sometimes. So upon seeing these two time markers, we know the sentence should be in the present simple tense. Present simple tense, we have to think carefully, because if the subject is third person singular, then we have to use verb with an additional s at the end. But look, Peter and John, two people, no need for s. So Peter and John sometimes have dinner at the Fridays on Saturdays. Question number 9. Kate, her homework last night, and so her teacher, very angry this morning. Was talking about last night and also this morning. There are things in the past, so we have to use the past tense, but be careful, it's a negative sentence, and we have to use an action verb, finish. Again, action verb in the sentence, we have to find the helping verb that can actually help the action verb to construct a negative sentence. So the past tense helping verb is did. There's only one option. So did with not, didn't. Base verb, finish. So Kay didn't finish her homework last night, and so her teacher, very angry this morning, it's about the thing in the past. The be verb that goes with her teacher and is also in the past tense was. So the answer for number 9 is Kay didn't finish her homework last night, and so her teacher was very angry this morning. Alright, let's look at question number 10. Tom, a good time now. The time marker of the sentence is now. Something that is happening right now. The present continuous tense. So Tom, the beaver that goes with Thomas is, remember beaver ing, so Tom is having. Remember, when you write having, the word having, you have to drop the final e and add ing. So Tom is having a good time now. He a funny movie with his friends. Again, it's talking about what they're doing at the moment. So it's also the present continuous tense. So you say he is watching a funny movie with his friend. Alright? Number 11. Peter's team against ours tomorrow morning. Well, it's about what is going to happen tomorrow morning, so it's in the future. We have to use the future tense. It's better to use be going to for this one. So we say Peter's team is going to play. Because, games, matches, we schedule them. So we must have a plan for that, for things like that. So it's better to use be going to. Number 12, I usually at 11 o'clock every night. Again, the time marker is every night. Upon seeing every night, we know that the sentence should be written in the present simple tense. And also, we can see the word usually. So, I, no need for S. The person's I, no need for S. So the answer is simply sleep. So I usually sleep at 11 o'clock every night. Thank you for watching this.